I just want to quickly start by saying, if you subscribe to this page, please head over to my channel and click this little bell icon, as you'll get notifications of when my videos go up, and it will really help me out. Yo, what is up guys? Griefdrums back again, and today we're going to be taking a look at callouts, and what to do and what not to do when it comes to giving callouts to your team. Now obviously there's only so much I can teach people when it comes to giving callouts. If you can't string a sentence together, you're probably going to struggle to give callouts. However, there are a few tips and tricks that you can use, but it generally comes down to map knowledge. Now, very often, if my squad isn't online, I will go into a game and there will be either a team with a load of mics of people that just won't shut up and just keep chatting the whole way through, or alternatively, there is a team of people who don't have mics, or do and don't know how to use them. Now, both of these can be really frustrating, but it's just as frustrating as someone who is trying their hardest, but, you know, giving really random callouts that don't make much sense to you. Now, obviously, map knowledge is the key to this. In order to give a decent callout, you kind of need to know the map. You can give a fairly good callout, even if you don't, but it just benefits you more to know it. So there's nothing stopping you from either going onto terrorist hunts, or going into custom games, and finding out exactly what each room is called, and what is in there, what it looks like, and just learning the maps. Another really easy way to learn what the rooms are called is to download the app R6S Tactics. Now this is on Android, it's made with Unity. I don't know if there's one for Apple, but I downloaded this just to have a look at the maps. It's pretty much like the Rainbow Six tactical board that you can get on the Ubisoft forum, except it seems to be a lot easier to use just because of the fact that it's on your phone. With this, you can pull up each individual map screen, and by looking at the map you can turn the camera locations on and off, you can turn the names of rooms on and off. So having this open on an iPad or something next to you is going to benefit you, you know, it'd be pretty handy. Now, considering the game has been out for well over a year now, you would think that people know about the compass at the bottom corner. The sad truth of it is that a lot of people don't, and if they do know about it, they don't use it. Next to this compass, it tells you exactly what the room is called that you are stood in. So if you get pushed and you have to back out of a room, you can tell people where you just were. You can say, you know, Sledge is pushing me from the model room. That's all the information that people need to know. It's quick, it's short, it's concise. Everyone knows to keep an eye on that area of the map. They now know that it's Sledge, they know that he's got grenades, they know that he's got a breaching hammer and can push through unreinforced walls. That's a lot of knowledge. If people want more information, they may ask, which way is he going? Heading east, heading west? You know, just a quick response back from you can make all the difference. Now, we all know that tagging can be a bit of a pain in the arse in this game. If you're watching someone on a camera and you decide to tag, very often they're going to think, oh, I'm being watched. Turn around and take the camera out. There is a time and a place for tagging, and it's usually in the dying minutes of a game or when you're trying to put someone off. But more often than not, you can utilise this information to relay that to your team without giving away that a camera is watching them. It's this sort of information that can make a massive difference to a win or a loss. By playing with the team consistently and playing with the same guys all of the time, or at least a lot of the time, it can make your life a lot easier. Everyone develops their own sort of calls for places and for rooms, and that's understandable. Instead of saying the motorcycle room on Clubhouse, shouting Moto, everyone knows exactly where that is now. If you don't know the name of a room, there is nothing stopping you from giving a description of what it is, as long as it's quick and concise. If someone is pushing down the alleyway from the garage in that blue corridor, it's blue. It's lit blue. So just shout blue. Everyone is going to know roughly where that is, and they're going to know to divert their attention to that. The key to a good call out is cutting the information down so it's as short as possible, but relays the most information it can. Very often people shout stairs. Now there are a lot of stairs on every map, so this doesn't help anyone. This is the perfect example of a bad call out. If you're on house and you're in the shower, you're going to jump out and you're going to look onto the main lobby set of stairs when someone's at the triple. Now that's just going to result in your death. If you don't know what I mean by the triple, this is what we call the set of stairs that is over by the 3 triple windows by the tree house. It's over by the workshop near the kids. Now you can name this whatever you want. You can call it kids stairs, workshop stairs. Like I said, we call it triple stairs, but that relays information straight away so you know roughly where to look at. On Cafe, this works well as well because you've got a set of red stairs and a set of white stairs, or in our case, we call it grey stairs. If I shout grey stairs coming up, then people know that someone is coming up that side of the map. Obviously, it doesn't relay which floor they're going to, but if we're on the top floor, it's fairly clear that they're going to be coming up to the top floor. If you start sitting there trying to explain that the bit from the garage where the ladder goes down to and it comes towards the armory, there was people coming through there, and it just frustrates everyone. By the time that you finish talking, your teammates have already died because they couldn't hear what was going on because you were chatting away and trying to figure out what was happening. As far as I'm concerned with my team, we like to give the name of the person who it is if we can see which operator it is. We like to give the location, and on very rare instances, if they're standing or crouching as they're about to peek a corner. It's information like this that can allow your team to aim at the right height to land that headshot as soon as the head comes round. Sledge and Blackbeard on blue. Hibana's dropping Moto now. Sai, Hibana peeking you from Moto crouched. Base is one at the kitchen hatch. Callouts like this are quick, they're concise, and they are to the point. They don't mess around, they let that person know what's happened, and if you don't see them reacting to it, double check that the information's gone through. This game can be a sensory overload when you're trying to listen out to the finest thing like footsteps or exactly where that Kavera pistol is going off. It's really difficult to listen to that and figure out 3 or 4 people's callouts at once. Sometimes the information just doesn't register, so double checking is often a good way to do it. Base, did you get that? At this point, he will either respond with no, in which case you can relay the information again, or yes, in which case you can just shut up. If someone is talking too much and you need to listen to something, don't be afraid to tell them to shut up. Now, it's not being horrible, it's not being rude, and the way you have to deliver it is obviously, you just have to kind of say, shush. You'll very often hear Serenity in games do it. When he's playing, he will very often just shout, shh, shh, shh. Everyone knows to shut up then. By him doing that, it means he wants to listen because there's someone near him. He can then relay information depending on what he hears. If you're playing a game of casual, you obviously don't need to go this in depth. I mean, there's nothing stopping you running around, having fun, and just messing about. If you're playing ranked, you will find that most community members are tryhards. This is the area of the game where people want to excel and they want to do well, you want to win, and no one likes losing on ranked. Practicing your callouts and tidying up your callouts can be a huge benefit to your team. You're not going to make it to Diamond by being the very best shot in the game, but by supporting your team with decent callouts. Most of the top Rainbow Six YouTubers are as good as they are because of the information they get from their teammates. Obviously, accuracy has a factor in them being as good as they are, but this is a team game. If you're in that 1v4 clutch situation, you want decent feedback from your team, relaying roughly what they can see as quickly as possible. A really important thing to note is the fact that if there is only one person left alive or 3 of you are dead, you don't all need to give the same callouts. One person on the team can do it. If you're all watching that last guy push in through the room, only one person needs to say he's pushing you. Otherwise, it sounds like this. Hibana's trying to push you in. I'm looking at you now. She's coming. That provides you with absolutely no information at all. Instead, you didn't hear the Hibana pushing. You didn't hear that she was peeking. You didn't hear that she was crouched. You got nothing from that, so it didn't benefit anyone. It's very easy to be able to give good callouts when you're not actually in a game. I mean, anyone could shout stuff down a microphone or into their headset, but when you are actually getting shot at, it's very, very difficult to do. 9 times out of 10, I sort of stop talking completely and I'll go just mute and I'll concentrate on what I'm doing. We aren't robots and we're not going to get the calls right every time, all the time. The amount of times that I've actually said down the microphone, he's in there, and like, it doesn't benefit anyone. But you know, just try. Definitely try. Try and be a team player. Try and assist people. If you die, give a quick call out. You don't have to relive the exact fucking history of what's just happened. Just shout, Jaeger in Ants. Everyone knows. Everyone knows that you died because a great big notification came up on the screen. But letting them know which defender was there and where they killed you, they know that he's on the pink side of favelas then. They know he's on that side of the map. And if someone's near there, they can react to it accordingly. If they're not, they know that he's going to be over there. So when they push the room, keep an eye on that area of the map. A very good way to practice this is by going onto terrorist hunts. And as you're moving around, every time you see someone, just shout out roughly where they are. Now, obviously, this video may seem a little bit noddy to some of the higher tiered players, but it's something that I do really feel passionate about, and it's something that I feel that people can benefit from. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you can take something from it. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you don't already, hit the subscribe button. But until next time, guys, stay reckless and relentless.